All right. So now, Namrata, which question are you talking about? How 20 came out? Here, listen. Namrata just doing it for you. Okay. If this is x, this would be 70 minus x. This would be 90 minus x. So now 70 minus x plus 90 minus x is equal to 140, isn't it? So x and x cancel out over here. 160 minus x is equal to 140. So x is equal to 20. Okay. Now I think things are sorted out. Clear, Namrata? Good evening, everyone. Diksha, good evening. Good evening, all. Ben Johnson, Virilin, Ambrish. And now we have to do something more important, something more amazing. And let's check out what syllogisms are, right? I sent you an assignment on syllogisms. Yes, I have. So, set theory, syllogisms, yes. So I sent you an assignment that is my assignment is number 56. I don't know what is the number in your booklet. Number 56. Now you have to understand it and you have to do well with this. Okay. So if you permit, all of you, are you there? Ketan, good afternoon, good evening. Neeraj, good evening, all. So Abdul, good evening. Good evening, everyone, guys. So now syllogisms is really important. Every year get 2 to 3 questions with this. Year after year, you get 2 to 3 questions over here from syllogisms, right? So you just cannot ignore it. Okay, you cannot ignore it. Namrata, what's the problem here? तो नम्रता x goes to the other side यार 160 minus 140 होगा ना इस तरफ हाँ और 160 plus 140 जो होता है वो 300 होता है नम्रता so good evening everyone Namrata please do it again see you have written 160 minus x is equal to 140 so if it goes to the other side it won't be plus it would be minus 160 minus 140 and you have written wrong 160 plus 140 is 300 not even 200 okay थोड़ा relax करो यार life में हाँ So good evening, everyone, guys. Huh? So now let's start with syllogisms. Now this is really important, and the way that I'm telling you, there are hundreds and hundreds of videos online when you watch YouTube or any other channel. There is a lot of confusion. All right, there is a lot of confusion. So people have developed methods to erase the confusion, which is wrong. All right, there is only one method to do syllogisms, and you can do syllogisms with two statements, 2 statements, 3 statements, 4 statements, 5 statements, anyhow. The method is very simple. It's called Venn diagrams. Method is very simple. It's called Venn diagram. Okay, nothing else, nothing less, nothing more. Okay, Venn diagram से ही करना है. Don't serve me any other method. Any other method generally is useless. There are books that are giving you method of A, I, O, E. I don't care. I have never done it with this method. So please ignore it. And the best part of my method is only one single Venn diagram is made. So please keep your ear open. Please keep your eyes open. I'm sorry, but this is important. Right. So now let's talk about something that you guys are good at, argument. What is an argument? All right. So argument generally in English is considered as two premises plus a conclusion. That is called an argument. Okay. So what is an argument? You can write it. Argument is basically two premises and a conclusion. Kindly write it, don't worry. Okay. Yes, good evening, everyone. Now this is something Really important. So all of you please understand this. What is premise? So any statement written. So I say A is a singer. A is a singer. And second, I say all singers are useless. So these two statements are called premises. These two statements are called premises, all right? And premises are always in syllogisms. They are always considered to be true. Kindly write it, all of you. Okay, write this fact. So two statements given to you. Premise one is A is a singer. Premise two is all singers are useless. So these are premises. So if a premise is given to you, it is useful. So if I combine these two premises, can I write A is useless? Can I write A is useless? He says A is a singer and all singers are useless. So can I write this as a conclusion? Conclusion, isn't it? So this would be my conclusion from these given two premise. So first premise is A is a singer, second is all singers are useless. When I combine these two premise, I get a conclusion A is useless. Is it clear to all of you? देखो एक बार चेक करो यार, प्लीज चेक करो. क्लियर है? तो प्रीमाइज क्या है? प्रीमाइज बेसिकली स्टेटमेंट है जिसको कि हम लोग वी ऑलवेज कंसिडर इट टू बी ट्रू. प्रीमाइज इज अ स्टेटमेंट विच ऑलवेज इज कंसिडर्ड टू बी ट्रू. एक बार ये लिख लो, काइंडली राइट इट वंस. ओके, क्लियर है सबको? ये यार सब लोग बोलेगा तभी आगे बढ़ेगा ना. चलो, तो देन अब बात आती है, देखो जनरली क्या होता है, यू आर गिवन टू प्रीमाइसेस, थ्री प्रीमाइसेस, फोर प्रीमाइसेस. सो जनरली व्हाट हैपेंस इज यू आर गिवन टू प्रीमाइस. In CSET, you are given two premises, all right, for CSET. But if you are preparing, let's do something because you never know what they can give. Let's do questions with three premises, and why not four premises? Because I think if you are preparing for premise, CSAT, you should be well prepared for all kind of questions, है ना? You should be well prepared for all kind of questions. So let it be for everything. So let it be for SSC, let it be for bank PO, let it be for state exams. You never know how many premise they give you. Okay, so now let's talk about type of premises. So type of premises, there are four types actually, huh? There are four types. So what are those? Just please pay attention, huh? So I'm just marking it like this. All right. This is for affirmative. Affirmative, we call it positive statement. Affirmative statement. And the second one is negative statement. Negative. So I'm putting negative, huh? Negative statement. All right. This would be very useful for you for ethics also, huh, guys? For ethics also, you might be doing ethics, so this would be really useful for that as well. So ये clear है? So affirmative, positive, negative is affirmative is a positive statement, negative is a negative statement, and then there are two universal, and then is particular. As the name suggests, generally universal is for applies to all. applies to all. So particular is it is applies to a particular thing, applies to particular thing. All right. So now first type is, now listen here, first is universal positive. It's called universal positive. All A are B. Then second is called universal negative. No A is B. All A are B, no A is B. Then particular. Some A are B, and negative. Some A are not B. And if you understand these four statements, syllogisms is a piece of cake. Syllogisms is a piece of cake. Huh? So guys, just write it. So universal positive, all A are B. Universal negative, no A is B. Particular positive, some A are B. Particular negative, some A are not B. एक बार लिख लो इसको. अगर तुम बोलेगा मैं तभी चलूंगा आगे, ठीक है, क्योंकि ये जिसको समझ में आ गया इसको सबको समझ में आ जाएगा. बोलो बोलो, टेल मी. Everyone got it? It is really, really important that everyone gets it. Guys, are you there? Are you awake? A yes or a no from your side would be good. Come on. I'm not able to see anything from your side. Got it. Chalo good. So yes, so most of you are saying yes. So that's good. Ishita, good, good, good guys. Abdul, good. Ketan, good. So I don't think it's that tough, isn't it? और अभी देखते हैं. So the single example you gave, we will talk about it. Don't worry, we will talk about it. Okay. Everyone is saying yes. Okay. Okay. Good. Because if you got this, then we can, now let's, let's, dissect them and understand them. Dissect the propositions, right? So let's see. Anamika, it's very simple, yaar. Okay. Universal positive means all A are B. Universal means it's talking about all of them. That is the reason applies to all आ गया. ठीक है कि no A or B. Again, he is talking about no A. All of A is not B. And when he talks about some A, with particular A is B, and some particular A is not B. Now, once you dissect it, you would understand it better. So let's make this happen. So first is all A is B. So there are diagrams that would say, one diagram that comes into your mind is, sir, all A is B. Am I right? Every part of A is part of B. And one more that comes into my mind is, this is A and the red one is B. They are overlapping. They are overlapping, A and B. Both are true. Tell me guys, both are true, all A and B. Isn't it? Both are true, all A or B. So I'm drawing some conclusions from here. I'm drawing some conclusions from here. A is a subset of B. I think that is the meaning. Set A is a subset of set B, isn't it? Second conclusion that I can draw is, one more conclusion that I can draw is, right, all A are, sorry, all A or B does not mean all B are A? Am I right? This is really, really important, isn't it? Because all B are A does not mean all B are A, isn't it? It may mean, may not mean, isn't it? Here it means, but here it does not mean, isn't it? Here it does mean, because all B are A would have one more diagram, isn't it? All B are A would be this diagram as well, but none of these two diagrams are showing it. So all A are B does not mean all B are A, and this is really, really important. Converse of all A or B is not true in syllogisms. Huh? Converse of all A or B is not true in syllogisms. So if he says all men are dogs, does not mean all dogs are men. Clear? Good example. All men are dogs does not mean all dogs are men. Am I right? बोलो बोलो बताओ. Tell me guys. ठीक बोला. So I am giving a beautiful example. All men are dogs does not mean all dogs are men, isn't it? ठीक बोला. चलो. So clear. And the fourth point, which is really, really important, so I can say is that we cannot infer that there are some elements in set B that are not in set A. अभी तो नहीं इन्फर कर सकता ना, because all A or B are two diagrams. Here you may say, sir, some elements of B that are not in A, but here you cannot say. इधर तो नहीं बोल सकता है. और अगर दो डायग्राम है तो दोनों में ट्रू होगा तभी ट्रू होना चाहिए ना. So which means now you cannot say कि all A or B means A is particularly contained in B. You know, so all A is B does not mean A is a proper subset of B. गलत है. A may be a proper subset or may be equal. अभी clear है? Yes, it is so, Abdul. No, not all cases. अब्दुल अभी बात करेंगे all cases का, ठीक है. बट अभी इसके लिए ट्रू है, अब्दुल ना है. अभी इसके लिए ट्रू है, ठीक है. So keep this thing in mind. अभी इसके लिए it is absolutely true. बाकी के लिए क्या है अभी बात करते हैं. So somebody says, sir, all men are dog means all dogs are men. But sir, it may be that all dogs are also men. Maybe or may not be, na yaar. You're absolutely right. Maybe or may not be, Rohan. So that's the reason we cannot draw a conclusion. We are given a statement, all men are dogs. So we can say that there is a possibility that there are some dogs that are not men, or all dogs are equal to men. So there is no particular conclusion. So back conclusion you cannot judge back conclusion. All men are dogs. It's a premise, but in conclusion you cannot say all dogs are men, isn't it? So now we are very clear. And guys, all men are dogs. Nobody laughs at it. If you call me a dog, I would be really, really happy. I love dogs. Dogs are the most faithful animals. So men, please don't mind. I think if you want to get compared, dog would be the only animal you can get compared to. सही बोला, ठीक बोला, है ना? Dog, I love dogs. Somebody calls me a dog, I don't care. Good. Then, I think Anamika be clear. And no, A is B. No A is B. Simple. Breakup. A और B का breakup हो गया. See. This is A. This is B. No A is B. There is no relationship between A and B. पल्लवी, व्हाट इज द प्रॉब्लम यार? नम्रता, एक बात सुनो यार. मैं बोलता हूं, इधर बोलता हूं, ऑल men are dogs. तो तुम क्या कंक्लूड कर सकता है? एक तो ये कंक्लूड कर सकता है कि सर दिस इज इट, है ना? या कंक्लूड कर सकता है कि सर दे आर इक्वल. both are equal. Dog is equal to man, है ना? So how would I say that all men are dog applies all dogs are men? See over here it is not true. इस डायग्राम के लिए तो ट्रू नहीं है ना. So इस डायग्राम के लिए ट्रू नहीं है तो मतलब नहीं ट्रू है. सिंपल सा बात है. ठीक है कि नहीं सर? इसके लिए ट्रू है. ठीक है यार इसके लिए ट्रू है बट इसके लिए तो ट्रू नहीं है ना. अगर एक स्टेटमेंट है तो वो दोनों डायग्राम के लिए ट्रू होगा तभी ट्रू होगा. सो दैट्स द रीजन आई से ऑल ए और बी डज नॉट मीन ऑल बी. अरे खत्म. ए बेन जॉनसन नहीं, नेवर नेवर नेवर. डोंट डू दैट. I would not even say a word about it. Women are amazing. You should always respect women, okay? So now, no A is B. There is no relationship between A and D. So I mean to say is conclusion 1. Two sets A and B do not overlap. No relationship. Just keep your mind open, okay? Whatsoever is in diagram, I'm showing it. Right? So now I can say there is no relationship between Abhishek and Aishwarya, or I can say there is no relationship between Aishwarya and Abhishek. Okay, sorry. I can say there is no relationship between Aishwarya and Salman, or I can say there is no relationship between Salman and Aishwarya, isn't it? Which I mean to say is all no A is B does apply no B is A. What is the problem? When there is no relationship at one side, so there is no relationship at another side. Tell me, guys. Ben Johnson, deeply hurt you are, huh? No A is B applies, no B is A. Yaar, come on. ये रोहन फोर्थ स्टेटमेंट जो है ना यार, रोहन इसको क्या बोलते हैं? पर्टिकुलर नेगेटिव. सम ए आर नॉट बी. सम ए आर नॉट बी. समझा? तो इसको ये बोलते हैं. बट पहले तो ये नेगेटिव वाला तो ठीक है ना. सो नो रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन ए एंड बी. यार यू हैव टू टेल मी यस और नो. ओके, बोलेगा तभी मेरे को समझ में आएगा कि तुम्हें समझ में आ गया. ओके, तो नहीं बोलेगा तो मैं बोलता रहूंगा तो ये तुम्हें लगेगा कि बहुत तगड़ा थ्योरी चल रहा है. अब्दुल अभी कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री सेट नहीं है. हाँ, आई थिंक मिस्टर धर इज एब्सोल्युटली राइट. ही सेज नो ए इज बी मींस दे आर डिसजॉइंट. देयर इज नथिंग कॉमन बिटवीन देम. यार बिल्कुल ठीक बोला. डिसजॉइंट सेट है यार. अभी मेरे को बताएगा, सब लोगों को समझ में आ रहा है भैया? क्लास इज ब्लैंक नहीं यार, क्लास इज गोइंग ऑन. डाइसेक्ट. डाइसेक्ट का मतलब है यार, तुमने आर यू नॉट अ साइंस स्टूडेंट रोहन? डाइसेक्शन नहीं किया कभी क्या? मोहम्मद इकबाल दर, यू आर अमेजिंग माय मैन. गुड. सो इज इट क्लियर? बाबा बोलो. नो ए इज बी. ये तो बहुत आसान है. दे डू नॉट ओवरलैप. देयर इज नो रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन ए एंड बी. हाँ, सो सर टू अंडरस्टैंड नो रिलेशनशिप यू नीड टू हैव अ रिलेशनशिप. Oh my God, रिद्धिमा गुड ना. गुड गुड गुड. तो हाँ गाइस, अभी बोलेगा तो समझ में आएगा ना मुझे. और अभी करते हैं रोहन, अभी करेंगे डायसेक्ट 4 को भी यार. टेंशन मत लो, वो करने दो. बेन जॉनसन, आई थॉट यू आर डीपली हर्ट. ऑलराइट, चलो ठीक है, अगला करें. अब देखो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. नाउ थर्ड वन, सम ए आर बी. सम ए आर बी. इसका पिक्चर बनाते हैं, सेल्फी. सम ए आर बी. सी, सम ए आर बी. चलेगा? बिल्कुल चलेगा सर. ये फोटो अच्छा है, सेल्फी है. सम ए आर बी. और भी तो होगा, और भी तो होगा, और भी होगा. कैसा सर? सम ए आर बी. क्यों नहीं होगा? देखो. So when he says sum A or B, सम कुछ पोर्शन होना चाहिए. सुनो, some part of A should be a part of B, isn't it? Some elements of A. So he says some elements of A should be in B. Some elements of A, and यार इधर देखो, no A is B also implies all A are not B. Sorry, हाँ, ये भी अप्लाई करते हैं, ये लिख लो यार प्लीज. सॉरी, I'm sorry, I have to go back. No A is B also means all A are not B. Okay, that is the reason it is called universal. All A are not B. Now get back. So some A or B means some elements of A should be in B, isn't it? So here first picture, some elements of A are in B, some elements of A are in B, and why not this? Why not this? All A or B means some A or B only यार, बिल्कुल ठीक है. A is equal to B भी चलेगा. And then you know, if you say this, then sir why not this? हाँ, why not this? All A or B में तो आपने बोला था, so all A or B applies some A or B because definitely it is true. तो इसका ना 4 पिक्चर होता है. Some A or B has 4 photos. Right? See this. Why? Because you don't have to check the photos. You have to check this definition. Some elements of A should be in B, isn't it? So here some elements are in B. Here also you check out some elements are in B. Here also some elements are B. So all elements are B. How does that matter? Some are in B, na? And here also some elements are in B. तो इसका 4 पिक्चर होगा. Please just see. अभी बात करते हैं वेन जॉनसन. अभी बात करते हैं. गुड अनन्या, गुड. गोपी देख यार, एकदम स्ट्रेस नहीं लेने का है, ठीक है. इफ यू टेक टू मच ऑफ स्ट्रेस ना, आई एम टेलिंग यू, मतलब इफ यू रियली वांट टू हैव गुड स्ट्रेस इन योर लाइफ, गो गेट मैरिड. डैम इट यार, कम ऑन. हाँ, you have a problem with CSAT, come on, get married. अभी बेन जॉनसन इसका भी बात करता है, अभी भी करेगा. we will talk about it. We'll talk about it. Huh? So can I you say sir, can you, how do you do that? So I say देखो, पहले मैं क्या बोलता हूँ, some A or B definitely means there is at least one element common between A and B. अब देखो, अब सारी पिक्चर बनेगी. At least one element should be common, which means more than one element should also be common here, isn't it? Right? More than one element should also be common. ठीक बोल रहा हूं? अब सारी फोटो बनेगा, अब सारी फोटो बनेगी, ठीक है कि नहीं? So there is at least one element common between A and B. So at least one means more than one can also be there, right? But now listen to me. Listen to me, I'm making something really important. Some A or B does not infer some A or not B. Important. Some A or B, some A or B, some A should be B, does not mean some A or not B. है ना, does not mean some A or not B. So you can say sir, how sir? ये ऊपर फोटो देखो, some A or B, है ना? So here it does mean some A or not B. True. Some A or B, here it means true. True. There are some A's that are not B. So some A's are not B. But what about this? Now some A are B, but there are not some A that are not B. Similarly over here, some A are B, but there are not some A that are not B. Tell me. So last two photographs में तुम लोगों का ये assumption कि सर some A are B, अगर तुम बोलता है some A are B, it does not mean some A are not B. कभी भी नहीं है, ठीक है? Is it okay? See, listen to me. Listen to me. तुम बोल सकते हो सर example. So I'm putting an example. I'm putting an example, right? I say some men like cats. Some men like cats does not mean some men do not like cats because no info is given to you, no information. So I'm writing no info is given to us about it. So अगर हम एक single premise लिखते हैं, some men like cats, so we just cannot say conclude that some men do not like cat. Does not mean some men do not like cat because definitely we do not have any information about it. So we cannot just assume it. Conclusion is not assumption. Most of the time तुम लोगों का conclusion जो होता है वो assumption होता है, समझे? Right. Namrata, what is the problem? Why are you, Tanvi, why are we overlapping A and B? Come on यार, some A or B, some A or B, कुछ A, B हैं, हाँ, कुछ ऐसे एलिमेंट्स हैं, सिर्फ दो ही एलिमेंट कॉमन हो तो ओवरलैप. Why are we overlapping? Oh, ए यार तन्वी एक बात सुनो, मैं तुम्हें सिंपल सी बात बोलता हूँ, ठीक है कि नहीं? Some A or B का मतलब क्या है? Some A or B, the meaning is there is at least one element common between A and B, है ना? So don't you think over here there is no element common between A and B? All elements are common, which means at least one element is common. ठीक बोल रहा हो तन्वी? हाँ, जब सारे ही एलिमेंट कॉमन है तो एटलीस्ट वन एलिमेंट तो कॉमन होगा ही होगा. ठीक बोला? अब तो बोलो. तुम ना रिलैक्स करेगा ना रोहन तो बहुत अच्छे से समझेगा. तुम इतना स्ट्रेस लेते हो ना, जो स्ट्रेस लेके कभी कुछ नहीं समझ में आया. ठीक है, तुम ये मत पढ़ो, तुम सिर्फ काइंडली रीड दिस. देयर इज एटलीस्ट वन एलिमेंट कॉमन बिटवीन ए एंड बी. देन यू रियलाइज यस सर दिस डायग्राम इज परफेक्ट, सर दिस डायग्राम इज परफेक्ट. So when I say there is at least one element common between A and B, why can't A is equal to B? Why can't A be contained in B? तो कॉमन तो है ना, एटलीस्ट वन कॉमन हो या सारे कॉमन हो, उससे क्या फर्क पड़ता है ना? And then I say some A or B does not mean some A or not B, because this fourth diagram simply says some A or B they can be equal. So not is not a conclusion. And if A is contained in B, some A or B, now you cannot say there are some A's that are not B. Come on. All right. There are statements some balls in a bag are green. Doesn't mean that other balls are of other color. Is it true? So some balls in a bag are green. Diksha, मैं मानता हूँ some balls in a bag are green, isn't it? Does not mean that the other balls, we don't know, because other than green he has not given anything. May be or may not be. Some means also, all also, isn't it Diksha? हम नहीं assumption करेंगे. प्रॉब्लम क्या है कि ये नहीं assumption के कारण तुम लोगों का बहुत प्रॉब्लम चल रहा है. Rohini, don't worry, Rohini, till the time you just leave here. Listen, guys, I'm telling you, I'm not telling you about aptitude, I'm not telling you about any issues. See, if you can set your problems that you're facing back and just move ahead, that's the best part in your life. You would find problem not only in subjects, you would find problems in life also. Relationships, issues with your parents, issues with your loved ones, issues with your children. So guys, just don't worry. Namrata, why is contained in B again? यही वाला बात है. Read this, Namrata, please. I just ask you again and again to read this. There is at least one element common between A and B. Now tell me, isn't this true? चाहे वो सारे ही जो हैं एलिमेंट्स ऑफ ए आर इन बी, बट एक एटलीस्ट वन तो पूरा हो रहा है ना यार, राइट? सो विद दैट गाइस, मैं तुम्हें अभी भी बोल रहा हूँ, तुम अगर वो स्टेटमेंट नंबर 1 रीड करोगे ना, तुम्हें सब समझ में आएगा. ठीक है. अब the third part, now somebody said, I think Ben Johnson said that, so sum A or B is same as applies and counter applies sum B or A. Does apply that, isn't it? If you make diagram for sum B or A, it would be same. यही चार diagram होगा. Alright, so sum A is B means sum B is equal to A. So sum A or B means sum B or A. ठीक है, ठीक है. हाँ. ए सर आपने तो कंफ्यूज कर दिया. Namrata, I hope now it is okay. Yes, Muhammad Iqbal Dar, A equal to B means all A or B means some A or B. देखो यार एक बात सुनो, अगर मैं बोलता हूं कि एक सिंपल आई से दैट सम A or B, it means there should be one element, there should be at least one element common between A and B. हाँ, at least one element common between, at least मतलब कम से कम. मैंने at most तो कोई नहीं लगाया ना. Muhammad Iqbal Dar, I haven't put at most का condition, so which means definitely this is also true. Definitely, you know, this is A, this is B. Some A or B, this is also true. Some A or B, this is also true, because sir, Sara A is equal to B means some A is equal to B, because there would be at least one element common. And why not this also be true? Because if A is contained in B, all elements of A are in B, which means at least one is in B. Tell me. Wait, I just cannot, repeat everything. Thank you, Salisha. Guys, don't take stress, yeah. I am 40 and I'm telling you, stress has never been, happy ending. So, yeah, just a matter of what, huh? Just aptitude only, ना. क्या टेंशन है? करेगा अभी करते हैं. चलो, अभी ठीक है. मोहम्मद इकबाल धर, गोपी, Shalsha. And guys, even if you have any stress, please, get connected to me. You have my number, right? But I am talking about stress related to UPSC studies. Otherwise, if you have stress, manage it by yourself, right? Then the fourth one. Fourth one is a sum A or not B. Sum A or not B. Now you can very frankly say, sir, अभी तो ये बनेगा. Listen, sir, this is it. So I am writing the definition. Can I write a definition? पहले ही लिख देता हूँ. So sum A or not B, there is at least one element in set A. There is at least one element in set A that is not in set B. एक ऐसा एलिमेंट होना चाहिए सेट ए में जो कि सेट बी में ना हो. तो यस, दिस सिग्निफाइज. एक तो यही पोर्शन हो गया. बट देन सम ए आर नॉट बी. नाउ आई कैन से, सर, सम ए आर नॉट बी. हाँ, सम ए आर नॉट बी. एंड व्हाई कांट दिस बी ट्रू? No A is B. So no A is B means nothing is common between A and B. So definitely means some A or not B. Write it. So all you need to think when I say some A or not B, all you need to think is this. There is at least one element in set A that is not in set B. एक एलिमेंट होना चाहिए सेट ए में. देखिए, दिस इज एलिमेंट इन सेट ए दैट आर नॉट इन सेट बी. Element of set A that are not in set B, elements of set A that are not in set B. Then you say, sir, you were talking about at least one. So that was a minimum condition. Boss, if all A are not B, definitely means some A are not B. Yeah, come on. isn't it? Or no. Some A or not B definitely means all A or not B, isn't it? Come on. This is true. So all three diagrams are true. So if this be so, please just let me know. Third statement. Wait, 41 to 55. Oh my god. Wow. This kid is so good. I'll have to do it. Wait, click the picture. Click the picture. Rhythm, we won't talk about it. अभी क्वेश्चन करेगा तो सब समझ में आएगा. अभी बताओ. बोलो बोलो सब ठीक है. अभी रुको एम्ब्रिश करते हैं. अभी करते हैं. वेट, this is one more. Come on, do it quick. Just click the picture. Wait. फोटो खींचो. अब देखो एम्ब्रिश देखो यार. Just don't go by anything. Before drawing the diagram, kindly please read this statement. Sum A or not B means there is at least one element in set A that is not in set B. So definitely yes, this is it. Some elements in set A that are not in set B. Some elements of set A that are not in set B. All elements of set A that are not in set B. So that is good na, because at least one होना चाहिए. तो सारा का सारा है, isn't it? यहाँ तो सारा का सारा है. No element of set A, set B. So some A are not B. So at least one element of A should not be in B. So does mean that ना यार एम्ब्रिश. प्रगति, मैं सिंपल सा बात बोलता हूँ यार, तुम और कुछ मत बोलो. तुम सिर्फ ये पढ़ दो. Please read this. There is at least one element in set A that is not in set B. So I'm marking at least. At least माने कम से कम. So don't you think there is one element which is not in set B? True. Don't you think there is one element of A which is not in B? True. Don't you think some elements of here all are there? So definitely means at least one is there यार. तो ट्रू तो है. प्रगति ने की, इज इट ओके ना? माही, आर यू देयर? Let me know, guys. I am waiting for your reply, because if you understand this, most of the things would be done. Waiting. You hate me, you like me, but you have to say yes or no to me. Mohammad Iqbal Dar. Some A is not B means some B is not A. नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. मोहम्मद इकबाल दर, अभी बात करेंगे इसके बारे में. अभी बात करेंगे. Don't worry, we'll talk about it. Yes, Shalsha, good. Don't worry. Ananya, great. Guys, I have to here. Come on, let me know whether you have understood this or not, because it is really painful otherwise. I'm telling you, it would be a bigger pain. And if you understand this now, you have actually understood most of it. If you understand this, you have understood most of it. I know most of you have left the classes and all that stuff. अभी मजे मारो, कोई बात नहीं. रोहिणी, that's good, yeah. See, you would get it, guys. You would get everything. Don't worry. I'll good. ये काजल यार, एक बात सुनो यार, सिंपल सा बात है. मैं तुम्हें एक सिंपल सी चीज बोल रहा हूँ. आई एम राइटिंग इट अगेन. देयर exists at least, काजल ध्यान से सुनना, at least one element of set A that is नॉट इन सेट बी, तो तुम बोलते हैं सर यहाँ तो सारा ही नहीं है, तो भैया एटलीस्ट का मतलब क्या, व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ एटलीस्ट वन एलिमेंट, which means there is one or more element over here that is not in B. हाँ, come on, चाहे वो सारा ही है, हमें उससे क्या लेना, एक तो है ना, एक से ज्यादा तो है ना, isn't it? Come on यार, यार अभी कंक्लूजन मैं निकाल लूंगा, डोंट वरी, ओके, लेट मी मेक द कंक्लूजन। गुड गुड, अभी देखो, लेट मी मेक कंक्लूजन आउट ऑफ इट। सो first is same, the same statement, there exists at least one element in A that is not in B. Some A are not B, I'm writing it, sorry, and तुम्हें पता नहीं है, you don't understand what I'm doing, you would cherish me throughout your life, you may not send me thanks one day when you clear the paper, either UPSC or some other state exam or some, but you would cherish this whole your life. Some, and you won't be able to teach what I am teaching you right now. You won't be able to make people understand, but you would understand it, okay? Some A are not B, some A are not B does not infer some A are B. पहला चीज तो लिख ही लो ये, isn't it? Some A are B, listen, मैं तो और कुछ नहीं बोलूँ, I won't say anything. How many diagrams does it have? Sir, 3 diagrams. How many diagrams does this have? 4 diagrams. So 3 diagrams cannot make 4 diagrams here. So it does not mean, it is not true. It is not true. So I think 2 statements would be inferring each other when all the diagrams with each other are same, isn't it? So it does not infer that. Some A are not B does not mean some A are B. Some women are not stressed. Oh wow, huh? Some women are not stressed. Does not mean some women are stressed, as no info is given or can be generated. So I can say some women are not stressed. So some women are not stressed can be this also. Listen now. Some women are not stressed. Right? So these are those women. Some women are not stressed. Or these are those women. Now listen to me. Some women are not stressed. Some women are not stressed. These are those women. Or some women are not stressed. These are those women. ये 3 डायग्राम बनेगा इसका, हाँ. Some women are not stressed, but some women are stressed का कितना डायग्राम बन रहा है? Some women are stressed. Some women are stressed would be this. Women stressed would be this. Women stressed would be this. Stressed women, and would be this equal. Woman applies stress. So देखो, look at this. These are 1, 2 and 3 diagrams, and these are 1, 2, 3 and 4 diagrams. तो कॉमन ही नहीं है कोई, सिर्फ एक कॉमन डायग्राम है या 2 कॉमन डायग्राम है, बट अलग भी है, समझ रहे हो? तो सम ए आर नॉट बी, प्लीज डोंट इन्फर सम ए आर बी, यही तो हम गलती करते आए थे. ये कहा था, कम, डोंट वरी बाबा, डोंट वरी, डोंट वरी, लेट इट बी ऑन गॉड. ओके, क्लियर है? लिखो लिखो, प्लीज लिखो, कंफ्यूज मत हो. रोहिणी, डोंट लीव एनीथिंग, रिमेंबर दैट. Only thing that you can leave is a stress, huh? Guys, Ritik, I don't know. Had you been my student in JEE exam, you would have loved that exam as well. Yes, I promise you would have loved that exam. What do you want to know again? गोपी कहाँ से शुरू करूं गोपी वेयर शैल आई स्टार्ट इट you have to give me something guys come on either yes or a no I think you are confused don't look at this woman and stress females don't look at this huh? So you can if you want to remember it just remember this some A R not B ध्यान से सुनो does not apply sum A R B पहला चीज right a negative statement does not give you a positive statement am I right now that is better now isn't it as per ethics and similarly third sum A R not B does not apply sum B R not A write it ये लिख लो कहा डोंट वरी यार हाँ Yeah, Kaha, one thing, Takam, let's go back. All of you kindly write it first. I will go back and I'll prove you all wrong again. Let's see. पहले तो ये लिखो सर. How can I leave my stress? Rohini, sum A R not B does not mean sum A R B, and similarly sum A R not B does not mean sum B R not A. कुछ भी apply नहीं करता है. All right, does not apply at all. Taka says now let's see. All men are dogs. So Taka says, sir, why does not it apply? It should directly apply all dogs are men. So I say all men are dogs. All men are dogs. So first is, sir, all men are dogs. And second is, this may be possible. Dog is equal to man. You may say, sir, why this? I say, why this? Because all men are dog means all elements, now please pay attention, all elements of men are in dogs, simple as it is. So here also all men are dog, here also all are dog. I would consider both, but when you say all dogs are men, this diagram shows no, and this diagram shows yes. So had this been a conclusion, Taka, had this been a conclusion, both yes should be there. Both diagrams should have said the same thing. Yes, actually Diksha ho gaya hai. That's right. Diksha says this thing. It is simple to understand because all the explanation actually is cutting out all the assumptions you were having. That's the reason I am drawing all the diagrams, man. Absolutely right. Tejas, Uday Kumar, you're sitting at the first, So, guys, that's the reason I'm drawing the diagram. Absolutely right. Thank you, Diksha. Makes my day. ये देखो तो ये भाई साहब तेजस इज ऑन फ्रंट पेज. लीजिए तेजस, I told you to write it. Click the photo, and once you are good at it, you would be good at everything, guys. अभी बोलो क्लियर है? Taka, is it clear? Good, good, Ritik, very nice. I'm really proud of you, man. तो अभी आप ध्यान से सुनो. But you know, if a question is given to you, suppose a question is given to you, right? There is a big problem when a question comes, है ना? So I can say, let's talk about it, all of you, huh? So I say, man, all cats are toys. So these are the abrupt kind of statements that come. So if this is a premise, you treat it to be true. And second, I say, no vets are cats. Now, if you draw these diagrams, so suppose I want to draw a diagram for this whole system. For this whole system, all cats are toys. So now, this is one diagram. All cats are toys. Or the second diagram for all cats are toys, this also. All cats is equal to toys. And no vet is cat. No vet is cat. Now please pay attention. So there is no relationship between a vet and a cat. So this is one diagram. But now vet can be anywhere. So this is one more diagram that can be true now. Wait. Right? There is one more diagram that can be true now. That sir, there is no relationship between cat and vet, but there can be a relationship between toy and vet. Absolutely right. Why not? So is this true? I say yes, it is. There is no relationship between this. So this diagram is also true. And sir, then there is one more possibility that sir, is this true? Toy and vet and cat, and there is no relationship between vet and cat. All are true. All are true. And here, because they are equal, so there is no relationship between C and B. So these are four diagrams that you would form. These are the four diagrams you would form from the system. Just note it down the system. He says all cats are toys. So if I made all cats are toy over here also, all cats are toy over here also. And then no vets are cats. So vet और cat के बीच में कोई relationship नहीं है. So I'm showing it. There are four diagrams that you would be able to make. Isn't it? 1, 2, 3 and 4. So first of all, let me know if it is correct. Clear? I think the best way to understand is that draw a diagram for statement and whatsoever assumptions are making, check out from the diagram. Ketan, you are absolutely right here. अभी कर रहे हैं केतन, अभी सब समझ में आएगा, डोंट वरी. ठीक है. So now I can